Welcome to the tool review channel. Today we're taking a look at the Klein Tools flush cutting diagonal pliers. The model number on these is D275-5. These are a lightweight 5-inch flush cutting pair of pliers, and they can cut through up to 16 gauge wire. And they're mainly designed to cut through, or I should say, it's mainly designed to have a flat and a flush cut. And like I said, it can cut through the up to 16 gauge wire, and it mainly meant for cutting zip ties, another fine material, and it leave it a nice flush cut so that there's not a very sharp edge on there. As you can see on the tool here, it is spring loaded, which is nice. You have your cutting edge up here, and you have a nice smooth rivet right there as well, and you can see you have a nice textured handles, so these obviously aren't going to fall out of your hand very easily, and provides a nice grip if you hands were slippery or oily. You're definitely going to have be able to grip this tool without having to worry about it sliding out of your hands. And then you can see up here, made in the USA, and you have some warnings down here as well. And then you have Klein Tools on that side of the plier as well, and you flip it over, it's the same thing. And you obviously Klein Tools, your 16 gauge max right there, and then you have your model number right there as well. And then you can see part of the spring mechanism, which is hidden by the handrail, or by the grip right there. So that's really about it for the features on this tool. Now we'll zoom out a little bit and we'll bring in a zip tie, which these are mainly meant to be used on. Give you a nice flush cut, and as you can see, has no problem cutting through a zip tie whatsoever, as you can see. And it gives you a nice flush cut, so that way instead of cutting it with your pair of diagonal cutters or your linesman pliers and leaves that sharp jagged edge, if you're tying up a wire and you don't want that sharp jagged edge rubbing up against the insulation of the wire, or if it's a tight space and you have to constantly reach your hands in and out of, you don't have to worry about getting cut by that sharp edge left by, a standard pair of diagonal cutters or a pair of linesman pliers. But as you can see, these have no problem getting through a zip tie, and it's a perfect cut almost every time, and it is super nice. So we'll get the zip ties out of the way. Now I don't have any 16 gauge wire, but I do have some 18 gauge solid wire, which this tool should be able to cut through. And as you can see right here, we're gonna line it up, and as you can see, it has no problem whatsoever cutting the 18 gauge solid wire, and it actually ejects the wire and shoots it off into beyond. So you'll probably be finding that wire when you go to clean up wherever you're using this tool, and especially if you're going to be using this on sprues that might want to control the part, or whatever, the plastic sprues or whatever, because it might go flying when you cut it. But overall, these are definitely a nice pair of flush cutters from Klein Tools, and they're not that expensive either. They're like $10 when you add the tax, and if you buy them online, it's going to be a little bit more because you got to add shipping in there. But you should be able to pick these up at your local Home Depot in the electrical section. Just check the Home Depot app before you go online, or before you go in store. Go online, check the app just to see if your store has stock of them. Most of the Home Depots around here by me have plenty of stock of these, so I didn't have a single problem finding them on either one of my Home Depots that I like to go to. Definitely worth the price, and definitely worth having in a tool bag, especially if you work with a lot of zip ties and you don't want to cut yourself, or you don't want to have to worry about that zip tie cutting the insulation on the wire. Definitely recommend picking these up. But that's about all I have for this review. It's a nice quick short review. So I will leave a link to this tool page down in the description below. It'll take you right over to Klein's website, and you can find where, if you don't, maybe your Home Depot doesn't carry them in stock and you don't want to order from them, it'll take you to their website, and it'll show you a bunch of retailers that sell Klein products and that should carry this product in stock as well. But that's all I have for this review. So if you are new to the channel, please feel free to hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. And if you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. That'll be greatly appreciated and help the channel out a lot. But that's all I have for this video. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next video to be uploaded.